Hello and welcome to another episode of the Beach Boss Influencers podcast. My name's Carrie Hyam, if we're meeting for the first time, and I am joined today by the lovely Fran Laubser, as well as the lovely Adrienne Lindeen. And we're pumped to be here with you all today. And today we're going to be talking about the power of group challenges to attract and enroll top talent. So depending on where you're listening or watching from, say hello, join in on the conversation. And if you happen to be catching the replay, give us a hashtag replay in the chat. So ladies, with all that said, let's talk about group challenges. Before we dive into like group challenges themselves, why are group challenges important? Like, why is it important for us to adopt and kind of have this new strategy moving into the next year?
Because let's leverage our time and let's talk with more people than one.
Yes. Well, I absolutely agree with that because, I mean, when you think about old school recruiting, I mean, when you think pre-COVID, it was like, make a list of family and friends, message and call them all, invite them to a group party or a home party or whatever that may be, enroll them all, and then find 2 people that want to do it and go repeat the process.
Yeah. And then go back to that same list of everybody that said no, because
Again.
it was a no. It was just a no for not now. But no,
Yes.
Not
And
no,
then,
never.
and then,
Not no,
yeah,
never.
no, never. It's never a no. It's just a not right now.
But you're right. But then that whole process, whether you've been doing it, pre-COVID and doing it offline, or whether you're doing it online, is literally speaking one-to-one. It's finding one person, having a conversation with one person, and then trying to convince them, because everyone is your prospect and everyone needs your product, apparently, but they don't. And so trying to convince them that, they should join your company or they should buy your product. And it's exhausting. And it's no wonder that so many network marketers are completely exhausted. They're burnt out and wondering, how the hell did my upline and did all those people enroll so many people when I can't enroll one person or get one person to buy my product because, all these DM scripts and all this, process that's supposed to work is not working.
And think about how unmotivating that is to be rejected every single day, right? Like every reach out, right? Every whatever phone call, every one-on-one is like another like gut punch of, and then they try to reverse that in your brain to keep you like that on that hopium, right? Of like,
Go for no.
oh, you want the no's.
It only takes one.
Yeah, the more no's you get, you're that much closer to a yes. And it's like, I mean, I was listening to that stuff and I was kind of like, I was drinking that Kool-Aid for a little bit as myself, but how many people are really willing to like stick around and just do that, right? I mean, we were kind of all like just really super driven and just were so committed to making it work and figuring out a way, but not everybody is willing to do that or willing to put themselves through that, right? As their confidence and is slowly dwindling down and self-doubt and all that stuff. So
And I want to quickly, sorry, I was hoping you were done with that thought. I want to speak quickly to the leader that hit the top ranks using that strategy because it never fails. We have people that are like, don't tell me it doesn't work. It's how I grew my team type of a thing, but it all depends on your influence level and network that you have, right? Like it can work if you've got a massive network and you can call up people and say, hey, I'm doing this thing, come to my house. And they actually show up and they actually want to do business with you.
Right.
Right. It's a big difference because I was not that person.
And if you're listening, you probably weren't either, as we were not, because really it's like 80%. It could be even more.
90% of people
don't have the influence.
No.
Okay. So it's not like if you're listening.
Well, they don't have the network first.
It's not like you're like, I wasn't the majority. No.
Yeah.
The majority of people in this industry don't have the influence and they don't know that that's really, kind of the key when you have that really quick success, like you were just saying, Carrie.
Yeah. Absolutely. So when we look at it and we're like, okay, we know that this old way isn't working and it's not working for up to 90% of people that join network marketing. What is the strategy moving forward? I mean, it's something that we tested. It's how we grew. We enrolled like 2,682 people in less than 90 days using this new strategy. So let's kind of talk about this. What is the strategy and why is it the future of this industry?
Yeah, Fran, you
So,
want to dig in?
so it is doing group challenges. It
Mm-hmm.
is doing so where you speak to your audience, you give them value and you say, hey, I'm doing this. So the first key is to make sure that the audience that you're speaking to is actually interested in what you have. Okay. So the first key is actually growing that audience of people who are looking for your product, looking for an opportunity. But then you deliver the value to them and say, hey, I'm doing this free challenge. I'm doing this free challenge. It'll be a 3-day challenge. You could do a 5-day challenge. You could do whatever you like. Okay. Where we are going to be teaching you how to XYZ, how to do live video, how to brand yourself, how to write posts that actually will attract your perfect prospects to you, whatever it is. So you could do like a free challenge and invite people to it. Your team can also invite their people to it. So it is an incredible way not only for you to speak to hundreds of people, maybe to start out with, you may be speaking to 50 people. I don't know. But be speaking to many people who have held their hand up and said, hey, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm interested in. And then the key is at the end is the offer that you give them. So you deliver a ton of value. You're giving them strategies so that they can actually start getting results in their business.
Mm-hmm.
And then the offer at the end is to actually say, well, if you got a ton of value from this, the one thing that you're probably missing is having a duplicatable system. And the one thing you may be missing is having team support. And if you want to take a look at what it looks like to work with me and my team, so you get all of the support, so you get these incredible systems, and you get access to challenges like this, so where you can plug people in. Maybe go through an enrollment funnel. All right, go through a series of videos and book a call with me. I just gave you the whole thing.
Yeah. I mean,
I love
think
it though.
about
I love it.
how genius this is, y'all, if you're listening, those that are listening right now. Because not only is how Fran explained it, but it's also a qualification, kind of like invisible funnel, okay? Because people have to go inside of your group, right? This happens inside of a group, right? Again, we want the right people there. So they got to raise their hand, right? They got to raise their hand. They got to get into this group. Maybe they got to answer all the questions in this group. And then they're spending 3 days with you. And so maybe some fall off on day 2, right? So it dwindles a little bit by that 3rd day. But those people have hung out with you for 3 days, right? You're building this relationship. They're seeing, that, wow, I think if I had this type of leader, I could hit my goals, right? With wherever I wanted to be. And, also just so you know, network, I want to say it's maybe closer to 50% now.
Yeah.
50% of network marketers are looking for a new home, y'all.
Yep.
They're looking for a system that works to help them move that product, right? To help them find other team members that isn't home parties and making lists, because we're in a digital age now. Okay. Right. It is time to leverage our time. And, I know when I got started, it was like, oh, this is going to help you get your time back. You know what it was doing? It was sucking more time out of me and out of my life that I didn't have. Right. And now, the way that, the strategies that we teach inside of Beach Boss, it gives you your time back. And it's all about one too many.
Yeah.
Right.
And so just
Yes.
imagine, as Adrian was saying, when somebody has said yes to, yes, I want to get in this challenge. They've actually gotten the group. They've answered the questions. They've watched the videos. They've done their homework, perhaps. Okay, so maybe you've given them action steps to take after each video. Maybe you give them. Maybe you give you do a little giveaway at the end of the third day to actually get them to stay for all 3 days, and then they actually go through a questionnaire. Maybe they watch some videos about your company. Maybe they go through a questionnaire. They just think about how many times they have said yes along the way. That by the time they get on Zoom with you, like their question is, okay, like, how do I join?
And how many times though did they say yes without you having to be there
Yes.
in that?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And also the ones that
challenge
have
can
said
run
no.
automated too,
Oh,
by the
yeah.
way.
Yes. Yes, it can.
You don't even have to be there. If you test this and you have something that converts, and you could just run it, and people can still come in there and they don't know that it's not running live.
So think about how this could impact your team for your new people, right? And you can get them some of these quick wins, or you can help with their confidence, right? Because your team, you're running a team challenge. So your team's inviting all their prospects, right? Like your team is going to, the people that they want to get in there, and the leaders, because those things can rotate and change too, of who's going to deliver this challenge, which is another great thing of how you could use this challenge to cultivate leaders from within your organization.
Yes.
But ultimately, you will be closing people for your team. I mean, how, like, that is just huge for new people in your team, or maybe people who have been struggling to get a new team member, and you're giving an opportunity. Hey, just invite people to come in here and hang out with us for a couple days. And next thing you know, they're enrolling, and your new person, right, got some wins, and now they're fired up, and now they see the process happen, right? And then now maybe, they're helping to put this stuff together for your team. So it's a super powerful, I would say, event, not just for the leader who's running it, right?
Yes. And when you look at what Beach Boss has taught for the last, goodness, like almost 6 years, what we've been teaching, we teach you grow a targeted audience. Stop talking to everyone. Let's talk to those that are actually interested in what we're promoting. This challenge helps your team do that, because when they're inviting people to this challenge per se, that they need to know that that person is interested. And the thing is if that person isn't interested, they're not going to be joining the group, right? So that you're talking to a targeted audience from the get-go. Second is engaging. Engaging to build trust. Like, are you kidding me? 3 days spent with you, like Adrienne and Fran were saying, where you're delivering that value-based content. You're getting the engagement. You're building those relationships with people over 3 days. And then you're keeping the promotion and actually talking about it to you. I mean, I remember when I was that brand new person, I was like throwing up information, as most people do, right? You can control that as the leader in these challenges, where you don't have to worry about your new recruits scaring people away. They see that it's easy. It's a way to streamline that duplication. You're keeping the business conversation in the hands of the leadership of your team, and everybody wins because of it. Like, it's
Yes.
the best, most effective way that you're going to be able to grow your team for the foreseeable future. And they're fun.
And
Oh, they're fun.
The challenges are fun.
And you want it to be fun, right? And another thing Carrie said is, throughout those, I don't know, close to 3,000, recruits in 90 days, not one time on that challenge were we saying what our company name was and how much it cost and what our products were about. Y'all, people are saying yes before they even know what company you're with, right? That information, I just want to be clear on here. That information happens afterwards, right?
Yep.
After they've raised their hand and they want to get on a call because they've already said, yes, I want to know more about what you teach your team. Like, if this is what you're teaching your team, I want in. Again, if you're tired of like the spamminess and posting about your opportunity and all the things, and you're ready to like, go from one to one to many to leverage your time, right? Like get more for less. I mean, think about it. You're challenged 20 minutes for 3 days in a row or 30 minutes, whatever it is that you think you need to get that value through. But to be able to then bring on loads of new team members and then think about, let's just do this again next month. Let's just do this again next month, right? This can be something in your team's marketing that you help do once a month.
Yes. So we've kind of given an overview of this process, and we actually have a beach party coming up called the Attract Your Downline Beach Party, where we're going to be diving deep and diving deep into this entire strategy and how we, created that massive momentum in our team where we enrolled almost 3,000 people in less than 90 days. So if you want in on that beach party, we're going to drop the link either in the comments. It might be in the description of this video. Go and register for it. You're going to be spending, a couple hours with all 5 of us beaches. And it's going to be a ton of fun as we kind of pull back the curtain, no gatekeeping, and dive deep into this entire strategy, how it works, and how you're going to be able to use it to create that massive duplication in your team moving forward. So
it's going to be exciting.
Yes. So click the link, go register. We'll see you at the Attract Your Downline Beach Party.
Yay.
And make sure that you subscribe wherever you're watching from so that you don't miss any of these podcasts moving forward. I almost forgot that it was a podcast. Subscribe so that you get all of the juicy details from the beaches as we have new and fun things like this moving forward. So we'll see you on the next episode.
See ya.